Good morning, everybody. Kalimera. Buenos dias. How are you feeling this morning on this beautiful Tuesday? It is the 12th of May. It is day 132 of the year. It is a gorgeous, warm morning here on Milos Island in Greece. You can see the blues that have been so inspiring during my stay here. The sky is just the perfect blue right now. And with the contrast of the white buildings and then all the little blue finishes that you see everywhere, it's just like, it's a visual delight being here. I cannot even describe in words how inspiring and how beautiful this place is. So I'm enjoying some quiet yin time this morning. Just checking in, noticing what's happening around me in the natural world, listening to the sounds of nature, listening to the birds, watching the cats walk by, watching the birds, just having a really nice, quiet, slow start to my morning. So hopefully that's been available to you as well. As I said, we are on day 132 of the year, and according to 365 Tao by Deng Ming Tao, day 132 is about the concept of recognition. So grab your books, grab your journal and something to write with, find a nice quiet and comfy place where you're not going to be disturbed for the next 15 minutes or so, remembering that 15 minutes is just 1% of your day. So find that spot, commit to this little 15-minute 1% of your day. Take a nice deep breath in with a long exhale out to down-regulate your system. Be here and now in the present moment. And let's start reading together on day 132 on the subject of recognition. Spokes on the heavenly wheel keep rotation constant. There we go, there's our reminder of cycles. Everything in life is a cycle, keeping rotation constant. Those who follow Tao believe that Tao progresses through phases, cycles. They apply this principle to all levels of their outlook, from cosmology to the stages of growth in a person's life. On the macrocosmic level, they point to the rotation of the stars as evidence of smooth progression. In a person's life, they recognize the stages of aging, beginning with childhood and ending with death. So that's probably our most poignant example of a cycle as human beings, is the aging process. We begin in childhood, we go all the way through the cycle, and then we eventually die. Each one of us must go from phase to phase in our development. If we stay too long in one stage, we will be warped or stunted in our growth. If we rush through a stage, then we will gain none of the rewards or learning experiences of that phase. I think that's a really, really important thing to think of as well. Think of each stage of the cycle as an opportunity to learn. Try not to rush through it. Try not to be anticipating the next stage or try to just get through it. Take the moment, take that cycle and being in that cycle and using it for the experience that it's going to teach you that's, inevitably going to prepare you for the next cycle. Subsequent growth will be thrown off balance. We will either have to go back and make it up, or in the cases of experience that we can never be repeated, lose out on them forever. Oh, and what a shame that would be. That's a really, really important thing to remember. The proper discerning of these transitions is essential. Wow, this second paragraph is really, really, for me, very, very poignant for just thinking about where you're at in the cycle of life right now, where you're at in the stage of each of these stages of life, where are you at, and really taking advantage of being where you are and getting everything you can possibly get out of it and not losing out, as it says here. There are experiences that can never be repeated in certain stages of your life. You will lose out on them forever if you don't take advantage of them while you're in them. So important to remember. As we go through our various stages in life, it is important to mark the shift from one stage to another. Recognition is very important. We must understand that we are leaving behind one part of life and entering another. Sometimes we mark this with a rite of passage, such as after a graduation or a marriage. At other times, it may be a personal declaration made privately. Whatever the reason, it is important to know exactly when to close one phase and when to open the next. That is why it is said that one counts the spokes on the heavenly wheel as it turns. It is the measure of our lives. Wow, I really, really love today's passage. This feels very, very poignant and very resonant for me with where I'm at in my life right now. I just turned 45. Not that, you need to put too much meaning on numbers or like ages or anything, but it's an interesting place to be in life at this the midpoint, really. You kind of, when you reach middle age and you kind of look back on everything that has happened in your life before, but then you've got all of this, you've got all of this wisdom, all of this experience, all of these things that have happened to you that you've got to take forward to the next stages of your life. It's a very, very interesting place to be, and I'm actually really enjoying it. But it's given me a lot to think about and a lot to ponder, and just reading this is like really, really, it's bringing up a lot for me. And as I said, that second paragraph is especially resonant with me right now for the stage of life, the cycle, the point that I'm at in the cycle for right now. So I encourage you to reread this in your own time and just maybe sit for a few moments this morning. You might want to meditate on this. You might want to use this as your journaling prompt. Just sit in purposeful silence for a few moments and think about the cycle of your life. Think about where you're at in the cycle of your life. Think about everything that's happened. Who you were has made you who you are. So who are you going to be next? It's a really, really interesting thing to think about. This is who I was. This is who I am. And this is who I'm going to be. And that's really a cyclical thought, right? So take a few moments to ponder that this morning. You might, as I said, sit in purposeful silence and meditate on it. Sit with your journal and write about it. Just something to think about as we go through another cycle right now, a morning, a new day. We're in Tuesday, we're kind of at the start of a new week. Just think about the cyclical nature of everything and how you and your life are also in a cycle. So I wish you a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you so much for being here for 132 days, and I will check in with you tomorrow. Bye.